They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poorest part. Bright light, city light, I gotta make it, this is where it goes down. I just happen to come apart. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it.
What's good, family? Welcome to another episode of Power After Hours, your favorite power podcast. I'm Jeff, that's Chrissy, and we are here to recap the fourth episode in Power Book 4 Force, Season 3, Episode 4, Time to See the King. Shout out to our chat. Shout out to the replay gang and audio. However you listen to podcasts is how you tap into us. Chrissy, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. You know what I mean? Had a good week last week. I'm ready to talk about this episode because I got to get some things off my chest. How about you?
Ooh, I like that. It was good. Holiday was good. Got to spend a lot of good time with family, eat a lot of excellent food. Me and the gym are going to be besties over the next month because I definitely fell off the cliff. No parachute. Head first. Let God sort it out.
If there's ever a time to do such, it is now.
Yeah, exactly. So, now, last month of the year, it's awesome that December 1st is on a Monday. So you get your mind right, get your week right, get your money right, get your time right.
All of it.
And get right for the 2026. Woo! There've been a lot of years in the history of this world, boy.
Wow. I can't even believe we're saying 2026. That doesn't even feel right. It doesn't.
Yeah, it feels fake.
Yeah. It's all AI.
Fake.
Yeah, it's all AI.
It's definitely fake. But yeah, the chat is already going crazy. All right, so Chrissy said she got stuff to talk about. What you got to talk about?
It's a lot. There was a lot of great one-liners from Tommy in this episode. I feel like, Tommy's getting his groove, but I'm tired of us getting the groove. Okay? I am ready. I just want to see stuff. I want to see us. I want to feel like we're getting to the point where my prediction makes sense, right? So in terms of me saying, I think we would see Tariq by what, episode 6? I take that back because this was 4. I'm thinking we're leaning more towards your prediction of like 8. Okay. Because we're not even anywhere in the realm of where my thought process was for where I thought we'd be by this episode. So I just, I'm going through motions here. It's just a lot to process. The episode was it was good. I think I'm just ready. I'm just ready to see how this thing is going to wrap up. I think that maybe that's what it is. I feel like we've waited so long for this season that I feel like we're now watching episodes that probably could have been condensed a little bit. But yeah, needless to say, we're here. Let's discuss.
Okay. So I get what you're saying. I think they're carrying it out just like the normal season. I mean, we're getting a lot of building. We're getting a lot of storylines that are starting to converge now. They're starting to converge. So I think there is going to be a lot of business picking up. And remember, we're only 4 episodes in.
How many are there? Supposed to be 10?
10.
But see, this is where I'm conflicted, and I guess I'll need to get, once I watch the rest of the season, I'll have a better breakdown. My issue then there comes is, how are we going to wrap this up? How does this continue? Because we spent now 4 episodes, right? Building. I don't want to just see one episode of everybody dies at the end. I don't want to see that. So my thing is, give us the right ending for this show. I didn't feel like we got the right ending for OG Power. I didn't like that we killed Ghost. I didn't like the way that took place. The episodes were way out of whack. All I'm asking is for them to give Tommy the proper send-off if this is what we're doing. It's all I'm saying.
Okay, so you, in essence, are a little impatient with the pacing.
That's what you want to say, Jeff. Yes.
No, I'm asking.
It is. No, I'm impatient. I'm not gonna hold you. I just feel like we are just watching.
If I say so, you telling me. I'm just repeating what you say.
You and your Bob can please exit stage left. Okay, we're not doing this today.
Okay. All right, yo, you got it. I told you, man. I'm taking my 2026 resolution not to troll you. I'm gonna start it early. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
You get me.
Don't even troll me like that. That's a lie, all in of itself. He probably gonna do it off camera so that then you guys don't understand why I'm justified in saying what I said. Okay, but all I'm saying is I just want to make sure we send. Tommy is literally one of my favorite characters from Power, the OG universe. I've loved him from the very beginning because he just doesn't care. And he will do whatever he wants to do, which this episode showed us again. He literally he's unhinged. And so I just want him to get the proper send-off because Omari Hardwick did not have a proper send-off. If you're asking me as a main character from OG, you killing him did what? And then we got to have a whole season of him imagining Angie in his dreams. I'm tired. I just want Tommy to get the proper ending. Listen.
Ghost got killed by his son, who he neglected, and the sins of the father. Blah 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 blah.
First of all, that was just terrible. I just still don't believe that they should have killed him. I also don't think it should have been at the hands of Tariq. But that's neither here nor there. I don't think Tariq should have been the one. But it ended up making a little bit of sense when you watch book 2. But it's still, to me, for what he put in on that show, I just didn't feel like he got a proper send off. That's just my opinion.
I hear that.
Oh my God, they've hashtagged the Jeff Bob. I'm sorry. I'm sorry because when it becomes a movement, I want to apologize now. I'm sorry.
Amen. Look, y'all know, man, I'm chilling. Yes, those are good. You light my ass up. I ain't gonna hold you. You light my ass. That's why I'm like, yo, I just gotta take it. Like I don't got the energy to go back because this is gonna be my game 1. You blowing me out in game 1 and whatnot. So I'm just gonna eat that. And we gonna come back stronger for game 2. So it's all good. Me and my Bob is gonna sit here and review Power After Hours. All right, we gonna do that.
Yeah.
All right. So while we start here, we start with what the brief but poignant episode description was. Tommy finds a way to protect D-Mac.
Yeah.
And Jenard mends fences to please Shanti. So let's talk about, because they kind of blend into each other, but let's talk about this arc with D-Mac now, where we start this episode where we left the last one, where Tommy finds out that D-Mac is back in CBI and is asking, like, how the hell did we get here?
Yeah. And,
he's like, oh, he's his own man. He's like, nah, not while I'm around. Then Diamond sits him down and they have the discussion over why. Why is it that you are allowing him back into CBI when I told you I didn't want him a part of it? He says straight up, he tells him pretty much the truth. D-Mac killed Mad Dog.
Yeah. And
now Kilo wants his head. So Diamond was trying to find a way to stretch it out to save D-Mac, right? Now, the first thing I was thinking of was, yo, is Diamond lying right now?
I mean,
that's a lie, right? Because he wanted D-Mac dead. And the fact that D-Mac was able to get off that hit without being killed.
They didn't expect him to stay alive.
Yeah, he stayed alive. So they kind of were like, well, I guess you down now. So that initially raised my antennas because I was like,
why are you lying?
You definitely wanted him dead.
Yeah.
And Tommy's figuring it out now. And it's like, and I think he came to a realization at the end of the episode that I was seeing throughout this whole arc for D-Mac was that this dude was not going to quit. It didn't matter what Tommy said. It didn't matter what his pop said. He wanted to be CBI. He wanted to be a gangster. And he was going to be a gangster. Even when Tommy rolled up on him and was like, yo, you don't want this life. Like, you really don't want this life, right? And took the gun from him and was just like, yo.
Which was smart.
Yeah. Just tell him, like, yo, where's the gun? He's like, yo, I kept it on me. He's like, yo, you're a rookie. Like, look at you. You making all these rookie mistakes and you want to be down with this. So they come up with a plan. Well, Tommy's plan is, all right, well, somebody got to take this.
Plant it on somebody.
Somebody's got to take the heat for this and got to go down, and it can't be D-Mac. So who's it going to be? And Chrissy, that's where we get introduced to the SODs and it gives Tommy and low-key Diamond the out they both needed in order to stay in business and to not mess business up.
You know, as I was watching that scene, those scenes, it just reminded me, I was like, Tommy, do you not remember you had the same issue with Tariq? You and Ghost both did not want Tariq in this life. And there was nothing that you were going to say or do that was going to stop Tariq from doing what he wanted. You are having the literally exact same issue with D-Mac. So I'm like, I don't understand what is so hard for him to grasp. Is it that D-Mac is his actual blood and you know, Tariq kind of, you know, wasn't? But it's just like once somebody gets a taste of that life, it's really hard to pull them out of it because it's fast money. It's a fast life. But what they don't see is the flip side of that. They don't see the death. They don't see the jail time. You know, it's not easy. And I think that's what Tommy is trying to convey to D-Mac. But I'm sorry, man. Just like Diamond said, he's a killer. This dude is a killer. And he actually, when you put him at a task, he does a pretty good job. Like, he's not out there, minus keeping the gun. That was definitely a rookie move. Tommy was right on that one. But like, he executes what you put in front of him. And so I can't really be mad at Diamond and Jenard for wanting to make him CBI because you've now seen him execute a couple of tasks you've given him, and he survived things that y'all didn't want him to survive. So you might as well bring him on, because the last thing you want to do is see him as your enemy, because now you know what he's capable of. So I just struggle with Tommy wanting to act like this holier than thou uncle when you've seen this story before. You know what happens in the end. I mean, he's not going to college like Tariq. Everyone's not going to be like that. But at bare minimum, you know he's not leaving. He's going to stay, and he's going to make a name for himself, so to speak, right? So I hope that Tommy, I don't know if what he's saying right now is the truth with him welcoming, you know, D-Mac in. Part of me thinks he just wants to keep him close to keep him out of some shit. So I feel like that's more of what Tommy is trying to do. But yeah, I'm with you. Diamond was definitely lying. D-Mac was supposed to be dead a couple of times, and he rose from the ashes, and now he's still here, and he's still got a spot.
And he's getting paid for his resilience, right? Because hey, if all of this keeps going down, then it has to mean that he's worth keeping alive. And you see that with Diamond's reaction, like he was just like, damn, we're fucked. But if this dude has stayed, like now, maybe accepting him into CBI was his way to try to extend it, even though they were just talking about like, yo, there's gotta be a way to kill this kid, right? But SODs were the ones that gave Tommy the easy out, because the dude Rashawn wanted to get out. They wanted to make their own deal with the Marquez cartel. Stupid. And his man Malik was looking for the come up. So that fell right into their lap. Once he saw, and it was funny because Tommy's counting the money and Diamond's like, what are we going to do? We need the bodies. We need this. We need that. And he just had an inkling to look through and see. And then that message, your spot in 8 o'clock, told him, yo, looks like somebody wants to be the king, wants that top spot. And they were able to set up it. And one of the most, I gotta say, that whole scene was gruesome as I turned my head
twice.
Especially for Power, that was gruesome as fuck. Like, they tortured that man, all because he wanted to leave the coalition and get his own money. And it was literally wrong place, wrong time, wrong situation for Rashad. So he was able to take the body off of D-Mac, and I thought it was ill. A couple of things. I thought it was ill how Jenard, when he went to go tell King Kilo, he really had to convince him, and that was part of the deal. Convince him that this was the dude. And he has the alibi because Malik will be the one to say, yeah, he was talking about killing such and such all the time. And that was the deal. Like, they have an honor amongst thieves right now where Malik is like, yo, this cannot get out. And Diamond and Tommy are like, well, that's why you have confidence in your this little coalition we have here. You have our word that we're not going to say nothing, just like we have your word. we both lose a lot by this coming out, so you don't got to worry about that. And now D-Mac's alive, and he's able to walk the streets safely again because people ain't looking for him. And that's how Tommy probably came to the realization, like, he told him, you ain't gonna stop, are you? Nah. Because he knows that from Tariq, and also knows what happens when you go down that path, which is why he was trying to keep D-Mac out, and for his brother JB as well. He was trying to keep him out also, but he knew that wasn't going to happen. So the other thing that I thought was interesting was the foreshadowing, where Tommy said, you're going to break him into the game the same way Kanan did for him and Ghost. And he was like, who? He's like, yeah, that's a story for another time.
And it is.
So I wonder whether or not they're going to show whatever that is in Origins.
I think that might be why the news dropped today for Origins. We saw a lot of news come out about that. They dropped the cast for Kate Egan. We've got some new players in the game, and they showed us behind the scenes imagery from them shooting it. So you're probably right. They probably are going to start leading us into that, because it would make the sense for them to now be dropping all of this info on their pages. But yeah, we know D-Mac, I don't know if he's going to survive this thing. Let me just tell you, because he's not as smart as Tariq is. Tariq is book smart and he's street smart. He's got two things going for him that benefit him all the time, because he's almost like he's a step ahead. Whereas D-Mac is somebody who just operates in the moment. But when he has time to think of a plan, he got that grenade from God knows where. So, it's going to come down to how much Tommy can protect him. But one thing I do know with this game, people that are closest to you are usually the first ones to go. So because that is a liability and that's somebody that Tommy holds dear, that's somebody that people are going to want to go after if they want to see him hurt. So I don't know how Tommy's going to be able to keep him safe, but the best bet for him is to keep him close. I think that's what he's realizing.
Yeah, I can see that. And he already knows, because he was young in the game once.
Oh, absolutely.
And he knows, this kid is going to be relentless. This kid is going to be relentless. So I might as well teach him the right way so that he can stay alive.
Yeah, that's the smartest thing to do. I'm not gonna hold you, and I'm very much like you with this episode. I turned my head. That death was, I'm willing to say that's maybe one of the most gruesome ones we've seen. I can't even think of another death in the Power universe that comes close. We're used to seeing gunshots and so, but to cut out his tongue and then drop the weight of God knows what on his body, it just was a lot to watch. And I had to turn my head. And even when I turned back, I was still squeamish. So, but that's what I love about Tommy, is that he does things like that. It's what you expect from him. He doesn't want to do the most general kill. He's going to make a scene and a statement out of everybody that he takes out. And that's what I expect when I watch a show about Tommy. So that was, to me, the pinnacle of success in terms of death for this show.
Power After Hours, your favorite Power podcast. Time to see the King, season 3, episode 4 of Force. So now, one thing I saw that I thought was really interesting about this episode was Shanti. She's been the most ambitious person on this show. She wants to take over the CBI. She wants to see it at the table. She wants to build back and build her own empire. And she's had Jenard by her side for the whole ride. And now you see she's starting to question things, whether or not he was being crowned too quickly, whether she would be better off rolling on her own. So she's starting to build her own little coalitions. And I thought it was cool that she went to homegirl Manny Fresh, who Jenard robbed when he was on his super addict tip.
Crazy.
And she goes to her. That whole street racing scene was crazy.
It was.
They goes to her, asks, tells her like, yo, we could be equal partners. I got this plan. I need you with me. And they make her out like, yo, you Jenard's chick. And she's like, yeah, the dude that robbed me and he took my daddy's chain and took all my money. He's like, yo, when I see him, I'm smoking him. And basically, yo, your man is giving you a bad name out in the streets. I would consider if it wasn't tied to him. And then Jenard and Shanti have their interaction where he's like, yo, what happened? And she basically says, you're muddying my name out there. So He goes to make it right, to piece it up with Manny Fresh, and in effectively goes to his original guy, the hype Joey, who gave him all the drugs, gives him that fentanyl that's been killing people all across Chicago, takes him out, and he's able to get back the chain because Joey didn't want to pay, didn't want no bread. He loved the chain. He genuinely was in it for the art. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wanted that chain. And so Jenard was able to piece it up. Like, he showed that while she might be upset at him, that he was going to make things right. But at the same time, he's going to have to move certain ways when it goes to this whole thing with him and Diamond. Like, the plan was to keep D-Mac alive until Kilo comes out, and then have Kilo's people kill Tommy and Diamond. Now he's telling her, yo, plans changed.
It's changed.
We got to keep him alive, but I got it. We got it all covered. So I'm wondering, should Jenard watch his back? Is Shanti gonna be the one to get Jenard out of here? I'm interested to see.
I definitely think those two love each other. Okay, Jenard proved that he loved her in this episode. That it wasn't just like she's not just a plain, she's not just a regular bottom bitch. Like, he genuinely wants her to succeed and do well in this game, which is going to be their downfall, because her ambition, even though she loves him, her ambition is higher than the love that she has for him. Her wanting that seat at the table is going to be what trumps everything for her. And both of them cannot survive together. So one of them will have to take the other one out in order to get what it is that they want. I do not think Jenard will want to kill Diamond. And I do think Shanti is going to be the one that has to take Jenard out because of that. But I also feel like this episode was almost setting it up where if Shanti survives this thing, we've got another spinoff on our hands, because I feel like they're really going into her character more than I thought that they would when we first, got into this season. And I just feel like they're giving us so much that it makes us want to know more, whether it be pre this series or post. So I don't know how they're going to plan it out, but to me, Shanti, every episode has been a star. The acting is superior. She is just really playing the role so well. And I'm conflicted on how far she's willing to go in order to get to the top. But like I said, they both can't survive. They're both, the love that they have for each other. For Jenard, I think he definitely loves her more than she loves him. And so that's going to be the crossroads that they're going to have. And I think she'll take him out without hesitation. I do.
For sure. Yeah, they made it interesting, because I was wondering when Shanti was going to say enough is enough with this dude.
Yeah.
Right? Like, getting upset and not satisfied with how he's handling things. So now we've got the tension and the back channel dealings as she's doing. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. I mean,
on the other side, we got this whole Stacy Marks Catel situation where there's so many moves being made in the shadows that it's crazy. So first, you got the fact that they now know that there's a fentanyl epidemic in Chicago. College kids are starting to die. So, of course, it's on the radar now.
Influencers.
Right. Influencers, quote unquote, whatever. And they're trying to tie it back to the Marquez cartel. And in order to make all of this work, Stacy has to get Claudia on board, has to get Vic. She needs the Flynns. She needs Vic to give everything he knows on Tommy, and needs Claudia to set Tommy up or to find a way to flip on the Marquez. So now you've got the Flynn kids trying to save their own ass while making multiple moves. Like, of course, Vic is playing both sides.
Yeah.
He's talking to Tommy. He's telling him everything Stacy Marks is doing. Then he's going back and telling Stacy at the same time. So eventually he's going to trip up.
Yep.
I just don't know in what direction. You got Claude trying to set up Tommy through Elise, her girlfriend. You got her ultimately deciding the best course of action for me to help you feds is for you to let me out of here. And once I'm out, Tommy's going to want to kill me. So I don't think you're going to get him on the drug thing. He's too smart for that. And you saw that. He knew Elise was trying to capture him.
Genius.
And she sounded so crazy on it too. Like,
he
what,
said,
are you
on
trying to get me to say something on the record?
He's
You
like,
ain't a wire?
Have you been snorting the stuff, the product? Because you sound a little bit unhinged right now. But what did you say?
Exactly. He knew. Yeah, he was like, yo, she probably was trembling. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Typical.
So ends up being that the idea is, okay, you're not going to get him on drugs, but you could get him on attempted murder. Either way you could get him. Let me out. Once he knows I'm out, he's going to try to kill me. Just have your people there. We'll set him up, and you got your person. And Stacy could get the conviction that she wants, and everybody's happily ever after. But we know that's not going to stick.
It will
What do you
not.
think about that?
I think Tommy he knows exactly what's coming. I think they underestimate. Yes, Tommy is trigger happy, but Tommy is actually smart too. Like I think he knows what is happening here. He's pretty much sensing it out through his communications with Vic, through how he's communicating with Elise. Now he knows that Elise is trying to set him up through Claude. So you don't think now that she's out that he's not going to make sense of what's going on? Like, it's not adding up, y'all. Like, I want you to at least give him some credit. Yeah, he is, lethal, but he still knows. He worked with Ghost for a very long time. He still knows the game. He knows how operations take place. He knows how things happen in jail, how you're able to get out, because we watched Ghost go through it multiple times. So like, he's not dumb in that aspect. I think this is a dumb move. It's just a way for Claude to get out of jail. She played her cards right. She's not going to go back. We know that once you're out, you don't want to go back. She's been through too much in there. So she's going to, she's going to die before she goes back to jail. So I just don't think this was a smart play. I think Vic also knows serving up his sister is a smart move for him. You know what I mean? So I think she doesn't realize how many marks she actually has on her back. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Elise, who is just dumb as a bag of brick, like she is dumb. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point she gets fed up and tries to go in with like a stupid knife to take out Claude, and Claude has to kill her damn self. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how dumb that girl is. She has no backbone. So I don't see it for Claude. I don't see her making this out alive. But I don't think it's going to be the way they think. It's not going to be Tommy just coming up with an Uzi and taking her out. That would be dumb on his part. He's got to play the hand strategically, and I think he's going to do that.
I like that. I think that might happen. One of them kids or both of them are going to be off the map because they're both trying to be super ambitious with the way that they escape what seems to be fate set in stone. Right? So, I don't know how this is going to work because while Tommy is reckless, he's usually one step ahead. So I wonder if he sees it coming because now, Vic told him that Claude is out. But now it's like, okay, well, what happens from here? Right? Vic wants his bars back. He wants his territory back. So he's trying to set up Tommy while working with the feds and working with Tom. Like it's absolute mess. An absolute mess. And all the while, you got Agent Sang, who we find out that Emma, who's running Stacy Marks' campaign, and him are a couple. They're partners. So now they're talking about that whole situation with what's going on with the cartel, and he tells him, like, yo, Claudia Flynn's about to flip on the Marquez, and I'm going to withhold this information from the cartel so that he ultimately can disgrace Stacy and become the new US ADA, right? Or the USDA.
Trash.
And it's nuts because it's like, yo, fam, if she becomes mayor, you can just move in there.
Like, what do you
But he hates her so much for whatever reason. We don't know. But for whatever reason, he hates her so much that he wants to destroy her career and then move up while still working with the cartel. Because he says, well, once I get in there, I'm going to be valuable.
Okay.
And he doesn't want to reveal that info to them, which, once again,
Stupid.
I think it's going to become, it's going to blow up in his face.
I mean, we do see how Stacy talks to him, though. if he doesn't like her, it could be that, because she talks to him like he's literally just another name in a book. Like there's no, like she's not the nicest person in the world is what I'm saying. So it wouldn't surprise me if for him it's really that basic, but like more and more we're watching him mess things up. Like you're supposed to be presenting this case, and now you got judges that are dropping, they're not allowing things in, and that essentially is going to mess Stacy up. She's got to be able to make a name for herself with this case. She is holding everything on to this. So he is single-handedly damaging that for her, and which almost surprises me. I'm like, girl, why don't you just take control of the thing? If you see he's dropping the ball, how many times are you going to allow him to keep messing up before you just step in and do it yourself? But we did see her take strides in this episode to, I guess, rectify part of that with letting Claude out. That's her big play. And so I just don't know how it can work for either one of them. They're both way too ambitious, and they don't see anything else but that. They don't see the outside. For him to think that just because you would get in that position that you're valuable, like they haven't killed other people in those positions and put someone else in there, no value will keep you alive if they want you dead. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're literally the same to them as you are to Stacy. A name on a page in a book. They do not care about you. So the fact that he holds himself so high and valuable, he gonna die.
Power After Hours, your favorite power podcast, episode 4. Take me to the king. Anything else that we didn't cover that you wanted to talk before we get to the super chats?
Damn, what else happened in this episode besides the death? We've got Shanti. We saw JP for once.
Him, JP and D-Mac have like a nice conversation where D-Mac apologized for violating him, told him, I'm good. I don't need no help. But JP is like, yo, if you need help, I got you. And he's like, nah, I'm good. So we'll see what happens with that.
JP be slicking that hair back though, don't he, y'all? Like he be slicking that hair. I said, damn, who is this? At first I was like, wow, that hair is shiny and slick. And it was him at the pot, but I do love how D-Mac calls Kate the old lady.
Oh yeah.
He's sticking to that, and I love that for him. So yeah, it was good to finally see JP. I mean, 4 episodes in and we're seeing him. It's been a while since I want to say it was like last season towards the end, but it's been a while since we've seen him. We have not seen him interact with Tommy. I'll be interested to see if he really has much play in this season at all. Like I don't know how they even include him unless you have Tommy having a conversation with him. But yeah, JP's irrelevant at this point.
I love it. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think we're rounding into form right now. I think we're gonna get a lot of those answers, and they showed us JP for a reason now. So I'm waiting to see. Like, of course, he's gonna find out that D-Mac is running with gangsters, and it's always Tommy's fault. So he's gonna be pulled in. So I can't wait to see the mess.
Before you get to the super chat, you want to know what pissed me off?
What pissed you off?
Maria letting her brother up in Tommy's place. That pissed me off. Now, this man don't mess with Tommy in the worst way. The only reason he's supposedly keeping him alive is because your ass done made some whack deal. Now, you letting him in Tommy's spot and him being able to see the security that Tommy has, he literally was watching the layout of his place. Like, what the hell, girl? Offer some damn flowers? Maria, please. Damn, she need to go back to work and forget this life because it's not for her. He should have never been allowed up in that house. That pissed me off. Sorry,
damn,
guys.
You like ripping her apart. Shit.
No, because why? Why would you let him in the house? Why does he even have the address?
That's her brother. She ain't thinking of like what he's gonna.
That's why she gotta die. That's exactly why she gotta die. Because you are a liability. You are holding on the fact that your brother is not a vicious murderer. Like he feeds fingers to pigs. Okay, he is vile. Just because he's your brother doesn't mean that he gets a pass.
I mean, to be fair, she doesn't know about the pigs.
But she knows he kills people for a living. She knows that.
I mean, yeah, she's aware, but remember, she's also banking on the fact that they're both going to have some type of ceasefire. Stupid.
Because somebody in the game would know better. You know what I'm saying? She's stupid. And I stand by that.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. I think
Keisha
you're
wouldn't
right.
have it.
I think you're right. You stupid. All right, let's get to the super chats. DeMarcus got a few. Thank you so much for the contributions, man. I'm gonna read yours off. First, imagine if King Kilo found out that D-Mac is Tommy's nephew.
Problems.
That is gonna be a problem because he might put two and two together and be like, okay, why? What incentive do they have to keep this D-Mac kid alive? And of course, Jenard was like, yo, I'll offer him if you want to. Like, it ain't nothing to me. I'm just telling you what it is. That was a good bluff. But if he finds out who Homeboy's nephew is, I could see there being a lot of problems.
Yeah. There's a lot of different things that could happen this season that could get every last person on this cast killed. Because all of them operating in the shadows, doing something they don't need to be doing. So, yeah.
All right. Next one from DeMarcus. Do y'all watch Bel Air? Which dance is more iconic, the Carlton dance or the Pee Wee?
For the black
I do watch Bel Air. You know what?
Don't do it. It's the Bob.
Yeah, you know what? I would put the Carlton dance over the Pee Wee.
The Carlton is iconic.
Yeah, like, the Pee Wee was iconic for a moment, but it's like the Carlton dance has jumped a few decades.
That's the thing that I was
still
gonna say.
Doing it.
If I did the Pee Wee dance in front of my 22-year-old niece, she would not know what that was. But if I did the Carlton dance, she would 100% know what that was. So I would say that dance has gone through generations, and people are still watching the Fresh Prince. Whereas I don't really see people still talking about it actively for Pee Wee. So I would definitely say the Carlton.
For sure. And the final one from him, and we could talk about that. Power Origins cast was released.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chrissy because this definitely missed my radar.
I put it all over our stories. I put it all over the Power After Hours stories. I sure did today.
I did not see this. Yeah. So yes, the cast was released. The Powers the Power Stars account dropped some behind the scenes from the episode, and they're saying that they're in production. So you already know
the Kate casting is iconic.
All right, well, let the people know who's casted as Kate.
Listen, I don't even know her name, but when I looked at her face, I said, "Oh, that is very much could be a young Kate." Like it said it to me. I was like, "Wow, she's got the red hair and everything." It was very Kate. Her name is Jennifer Farron, but she is a beautiful, like, redhead. Looks like she could be a young Kate.
For sure.
Perfect casting.
So along with Kanan, who's coming back. Makai Curtis, who's coming back to play Kanan. Yeah. We have Jason Dearden, who's coming back as Tremont.
Yep.
So if you remember him, he was the dudes from Baltimore who flipped on Kanan's family. So somehow, some way, he's coming back because they tortured him a little bit, but he did survive. So now he's gonna be back. Some of the other, I'll give you the names and the character descriptions real quick. Kate Egan. Jennifer Farron, Tommy's mother, Kate. Egan is melodramatic, attention-seeking, and manipulative, especially if she's using and desperate to get her hands on her next fix. Despite this, Tommy is fiercely devoted to her, taking care of her and trying to keep her clean. So if I had to guess, you'll see in this series why their relationship is so estranged.
Yeah.
Like, she's a terrible mother.
She's a terrible mother, and we also know that she had an affinity for Ghost, more so than her own son. So I'm very eager to see how that looks on screen from what we've heard in the shows already. Very interested to see that take place.
For sure. Jill Wexler, Lizzie DeClement. Smart, ambitious, and sharp-tongued, Jill is a nurse at a local Queens hospital with big dreams to someday go to medical school. A recovering addict who has experienced a lot of heartbreak in her young life. She falls hard for Tommy, but is also quick to call him on his bullshit and frequent idiocy.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of Tommy's first loves, who I no doubt will end up in harmony and love and daffodils and rainbows. And I definitely know that they're at Jamaica Hospital. I can tell you that right now. If I had to guess, they're definitely at Jamaica Hospital. Yeah. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Lenny Seidel, Lenny Platt. Isn't it beautiful to play a character that has your
like y'all went real hard for that.
A charismatic, confident finance bro turned fitness entrepreneur who owns a handful of successful NYC gyms with ambitions to create a fitness empire. Lenny's business model relies heavily on providing steroids to his elite gym clientele, and he's always looking for new partners. Well, before Truth, there was Lenny Fit, or whatever the hell they gonna call this shit. Lenny Fit. Jay Boogs, Armani Gabriel, sharp, street smart, and scrappy. Jay Boogs is a reliable foot soldier with a good eye for the game. He's one of Ghost and Tommy's most trusted corner boys.
Did we ever hear his name?
Jay Boogs? I don't believe so.
I don't think so. It didn't register to me. So I was like, I don't remember them mentioning him.
Oh my Moreau. Everett Osborne, a superstar tight end with the New York Jets and a generous friend to those in his inner circle. Ome invites his pals into an extravagant world of parties, hot women, and hotter cars, all with no strings attached, or so it seems.
That's going to be funny. I feel like that's just going to be funny to see that on screen. You know he's going to be having all the drugs to supply all the women's. So that's just going to be funny.
And then, of course, Jason Dearden playing Tremont Stinson, first introduced in Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Tremont was once a trusted associate of the Thomas family who betrayed them. Some other news around, let me see. I'm doing the scroll, Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So Jennifer Farron was on the blacklist. Lizzie DeClement, New Amsterdam. Lenny Platt, The Hot Zone. Armani Gabriel, Blue Bloods. Everett Osborne, Sweetwater. So if y'all are fans of those shows, then you should be tapped into who these people
are. Good casting. I think it's a solid cast. I think we're going to see something we haven't seen yet. I love Raising Kanan, and so the fact that we get to continue that universe living in that time frame, I'm excited for that show more so than originally I was for Raising Kanan. The moment I saw the first episode of Raising Kanan, I was in. So, but I'm still excited to continue that universe. Yeah.
Okay. So one interesting thing about Origins is it's going to be 18 episodes.
They said it was a powerhouse or something. Sasha used a certain word that told us it was finna be loaded.
Right.
And I'm like,
so
18.
Instead of 10, they're going to have 18 episodes. So the way 50 explained it, he said it's like 2 seasons instead of the way we did it last time. And they asked them for an update.
All in 2026, man. They about to
and they asked them for what's up?
They're about to space that thing out like crazy. We're gonna be watching it all year next year.
They're gonna make sure you keep your Star subscription for the entire 2026. When asked for an update on Power Legacy, 50 joked, "I'm waiting on their money," referring to Stars. So we'll see wherever the hell that goes. But I think for now, you're going to get 18 episodes of Origins. You're going to get the final season of Raising Kanan, where we figure out what is going to happen to the characters we know and love. So thanks for teeing that up, DeMarcus. Appreciate you.
I will say, before you leave that world, Jaleel did say something that I also was a little bit confused about with the release of this information today. Jaleel says, I think the timeline of this show is going to confuse a lot of people when it begins. And so when I saw the casting, the first thing that I was looking for was Angie. Am I crazy for thinking that? Like, are we not in that time frame?
I think the timeline is going to be post Raising Kanan, pre-Power, whatever time that is.
But wasn't Angie a part of their high school years? Was she not?
She was supposed to, yeah. But this might be post high school.
Oh, because he is dating a nurse. See, and I think
Tommy's dating the nurse. Tommy's going to be dating the nurse, not Ghost.
That's what. Okay, I thought we would start in the world where Angie was present. That's what I thought. But maybe that's just me thinking.
No, so Jaleel is saying that the rumors start in 2002. I think that makes sense because it is supposed to be them as youngins. And remember, when did this show come out? What were we at? Power 10? It came out like 2013, 2014 or something like that. So when that first dropped, right? Let me see. 14. It came out in 2014. When it came out in 2014, they were in their 30s. The characters were all in their 30s, but it was real time. So it was the same time as it was 2014. It was present day. So I already knew that the show was going to take place in the 2000s because Raising Kanan takes place in the 90s. And then Origins is going to take place in the 2000s.
But where we left Raising Kanan, right? We're getting the intro to Breeze, right?
We're in Raising Kanan, we are.
Right. So I think my timelines are just off. I may have to go revisit timelines because I think when you think about when they originally dropped what was supposed to be them announcing that we were getting in Origins, it was them walking out of school.
That I think you can punt whatever that was.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
It was kind of like a proof of concept. But
okay.
I think that was just like, you've seen stuff like that before where people put out what something was supposed to be and then it ends up not being like that. Okay. Like I remember Ryan Reynolds dropped his own Deadpool trailer before Deadpool was even a thing. And then that gained so much traction that they ended up making the real Deadpool. I think that was like for their upfronts. And it was just something cute that they put together. Okay. They wanted to go in that direction, but I believe they said, all right, we're going to just speed it up to when they're in their early 20s.
Got it.
So I believe it takes place like 10 years before the original Power, or probably a little bit more before the original Power, because you're going to have to lead up to when Kanan goes to jail.
Okay.
So, I think the 2000s, it makes sense. 2000s makes sense.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. Yeah, I think that's what messed me up. I get it now. We're good.
Right. All right. DeMarcus with another one. Thank you. I believe that Tremont on the live rock. We still don't know what happened with that shot or whatever the case may be, but that's a good theory based on the fact that he's alive. Back in this series. Mm-hmm. What is tying him to Origins? Is he coming after Kanan? Is he whatever? Like that's a good question. So thank you for that. All right. Colby has a couple. Colby, thank you so much for your contribution. One, Shanti wants to kill Tommy and Diamond. That's right. That's what she told Jenard.
Yeah.
That's why she kept saying, like, are you with this? Are you about this? You know what I want to do. So
I would love it if there was a perfect world that Shanti and Tommy could work together, but I don't think she ever would want that because she really wants to be the head. And Tommy, I don't think he would ever relinquish who he is and what he does. So yeah, no. But they would make a damn good team. They're both so smart, and together they could move mountains.
For sure. And another one from Colby. Tremont the Plug is my prediction. So yeah. He was working. That's what he was doing before. So yeah. I'd be interested. And I know they got rid of Homeboy, who was the main plug. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll see. We shall see.
Also, the fun thing about this too, we get to see who survives, Raising Kanan, because right now we still don't know. We have no idea because no one was introduced to us other than Kanan and Jukebox. So we don't know who is transcending into this Power universe. I'm very excited to see Raising Kanan. We may not see it until the end of next year, but when we do, y'all get ready. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
For sure. All right, that does it for Power After Hours. Another good review and another episode. We're gonna be locked in. I'm surprised they dropped it during the holiday season, but they dropped it. So anything is possible. Maybe we might get a straight 10 episode run. Who knows? Chrissy, where can the people find you?
You can find me everywhere on all social platforms at Chrissy B. Davis, where I talk all things beauty, skincare. We gets it in over there. What about you, Jeff?
Jeff J Says all social media. Jeff J Says on YouTube. You can also find me over at Knicks Film School and at the NBA Takedown to talk all things hoops. Thank you so much. And at the buzzer, Hope Andre HFG. Thank you so much for the contribution and the super sticker. I appreciate it. And I'll just read a comment for you since you didn't have one for it. I just want to apologize. There's no way Jenard takes out Diamond when it really comes down to it.
We know that.
I agree.
We know that.
I agree. I think that's what's gonna. No, I think that's what's gonna cost him his life. So
absolutely.
Okay, and y'all trying not to let us leave. Okay, Kobe, what Power is mysterious with characters. Yeah.
Not us both saying YK like YNs. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say who you call it YK. I was like, is that a new character I didn't know? But yeah, I was like,
yeah. That's good.
Man.
Yeah. I also want to say to the people in the comments, I see what you're saying and I see the hashtag floating. Please don't let it stay here in this chat. Do not bring it out into the world because
it's already out in the world. This is a live podcast viewed by thousands of people.
I'm saying don't bring it under his Instagram comments. I don't
and
want
listened
that.
by many more.
I said it as in jest.
Oh yeah. She just doesn't want the comeback to come back to her, but it is. She can't avoid it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's okay. You'll be all right. You'll be fine. I just gotta plot. I haven't plotted on you in a while, so I'm gonna plot.
Twitching.
I'm definitely gonna plot.
Okay.
Thank y'all so much for joining us. It's been amazing. That's Chrissy. I'm Jeff. You are awesome. This is Power After Hours. You know the vibes. Like this video if you love what you're hearing. Subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The best power podcast on the planet. The best power community and people to rap with about this show. So if you got friends that love power, have them join us here. I think they will have an awesome time. So thank y'all so much for shouting us out. Thank you for tapping in every week. And we'll see you on Monday.
Peace.
I want you to sing it with me. They say this is a vintage time. Yeah. I just come from the forest bar. Right, nice.